Well, howdy, hey, welcome back to Pacific Northwest Gold Rushers. I'm Jeff, amateur prospector, and this is Gold Rush 23. As you probably figured out, I didn't go prospecting last weekend. It's the first time in a few years. I normally do a 2-day dig on Labor Day, but my back was about ready to go, and I had to give it a break. So, sorry about that. But it's still a little tender, and I'm not going to push it too hard. It's been a long week, and the weather's still holding, as you see. But I am expecting Rich, my buddy Rich, to show up today. He's camping and everything, but he wants to come out and hang out, so I made sure to bring a extra chair for him and plenty of hydration, plenty of buckets, all the tools, and I got my recirc set up. Let me show you. The only problem is the river's so far down, we're back into that soupy silt stuff. But we got it filled up. Had to go on a different angle here because everything's so rocky. So it still works. You just always want to make sure you have enough room to pull that bucket out. And most of the silt, because I have it leaning a little more that way, should stay down there, but to fight it, I don't ever set my pump straight down. I set it sideways. That way I'm not just sucking up that silt. So it looks good. If the silt gets too heavy, I will put that in there. Kind of get it off the deck a little bit. But the Mighty Keen's ready to go. We're going to have it set, well, I'm going to have it set pretty low. It's a beautiful day. It's supposed to be warm, but not too hot. I have another friend or two that might show up to get some pay dirt. Of course, I have to find it first. So I haven't decided where I'm going to dig yet or how I'm going to dig. Or I just know it's going to be a casual day. I'm not going to push my back. And let's see what I can find. Thanks for joining. Back in a bit. Alrighty then. Well, I decided, I was playing around with a few spots. I walked down here, a couple people have been digging. So I kind of came back to the same channel I was last time. That's where I was digging. And there's that red rock with the quartz. But a lot of these upper boulders, kind of like that kind of stuff, with the moss, it tells me they haven't been rolled in a long time. So I'm down in the same material, but this is what I was really looking for. I'm on the, that's the top layer, which is, again, kind of like an indicator. But I can't even get those out with the shovel. You can see some of the larger rocks down under here. So that looks promising, kind of like last time. Get down that top layer, then you get to the real rock layer that's underneath, and hopefully nobody's been digging there. Has been a lot of digging down here, but that's okay. Hey, it's what it's about. Somebody rolled a huge boulder there and kind of filled their hole. Not really. They did most of it. It's so easy though. Look at the rocks. I mean, all they had to do is just, it would have took them less than a minute. So you guys, we don't want them to gate this road. You know, please fill your holes. But anyway, so I'm in the same type of material. I did get a message from Rich. He's on his way. He probably had to stop and change his spandex or something. But let me test this out. I picked a bad day not to wear shorts. It's getting warm already. My goal is not to even put on my rubber boots, even though these are waterproof. But yeah, it will be warm, but that's okay. My fat booty needs a good sweat. So let me test that out and see if this is worth continuing. I did, move pretty good area, but there's a decent trough line here. If I kind of hug up to that boulder and kind of around here, I'm hoping that I can get, you know, remember the flakes here are a lot smaller, but you get a lot more of them. And what did I do? 2 buckets one time, 2 buckets another time, and they were good buckets. So hopefully I can move a lot more than that today. Let's find out. Back in a bit. Alrighty, well, I took most of it out with the super sluice. Got down to mostly black sand, and I sat my lazy booty in my chair, and I'm starting to pull back. But the good news is it has all the indicators that I want. Lots of black sand. I mean, lots of black sand. The good news is I just started pulling the slow pull back. Look at the size of that garnet. And right above it, there's a flake of gold. There's actually 2 garnets there. That's a nice one. Emma Gemma's going to like that one. So let me finish pulling this back. See how many specks we got. Because these are specks. Maybe there's a nug. Back in a bit. Howdy, alright. Well, I got it pulled back. It takes forever. I did have one get away from me, a very small microdot. But I'll try to get you in there to look at it. There's a lot of glare with the sun and all. But I count 9 flakes, but really it's like 3 flakes and 6 microdots. Let's see if you can see it. I don't know, maybe in the shade. Well, for the top layer, not even getting down to those rocks, that's typical. That's what I ran into last time. Oh, let me add this in there. Look at that nice garnet. Got to save that for my Emma Gemma. She goes through, remember I save all the bigs. So I filled that one up. It's time to start building another, and I think we're going to get a good start today. That's not a bad pan. It's not the best I've ever had, of course, but I'm looking for easier digging today and just enjoy myself because it is an absolute beautiful day. As you can see, there's still some flowers out, but you can see that there's still just a light little breeze. My buddy Rich is supposed to be showing up, and we can get caught up on how things go, and then I'll put that bastard to work. Back in a bit. Howdy, hey, welcome back. Well, Rich did show up. He couldn't stay, so we just BS and caught up for about an hour and a half. And he had to go do family stuff, and family always comes first. But so much for taking care of my back. But I'm down just under that layer of rock that I showed you. Looks like good gravels. Lots of clay type silt coming off the classifier. So I got 2 buckets done. I need to hydrate and take a break. Then I need to expand this hole and fill 2 more buckets. So, getting a good workout. Trying to take it easy on my back, but it's hard. Kind of hard moving 200 pounds of rock and gravel and not put your back to the test, but I'm being careful. Back in a bit. Old Russ 23. Well, howdy, hey. Well, I finished my 4th bucket, and that's probably going to be it for me. You can see there's a little bit left down there, but a lot of that's cave-in. And basically I had to circle the hole with my rocks. There's my tailing pile. So I got 4 buckets over there. Jake and his cousin. Jake is the guy that came down with his sister, and I gave him a few pointers. They just came back from an expedition, him and his cousin, and they came back, and I will tell you, that son of a gun went and got a picker on his very first pan. So I'm wishing them the best of luck. Obviously, Jake has come a long way from a month or so ago, and I'm happy for him, and I know they're respectful and everything, so, but if they get a nug, I'm jumping them. I think I can take them both, although they are pretty big. Alright, I'm going to take me a hydration break, then we'll fire off my recirc, and then, yeah, I don't think I should push my back much further. I'm an idiot. I brought the other shovel down because it's longer, so I didn't have to. I'm basically bent over almost beyond touching my toes just to shovel stuff out. And the nice thing is, if this does turn out to be good gold, you can see those compressed rocks down there. So obviously it continues that way, and there's a huge rock here that I've been working under. So obviously, if this hole pans out and it turns up something that I'm willing to move that much rock just to get 4 buckets, that's always worth it. You know, I love it down here. We got a nice breeze now. It did die for a while. It's quiet, it's peaceful. It's not super hot right now. Sorry about sweating everywhere. But I do need to get me some water. A lot of work for 4 buckets. Let's hope it's worth it. Let's find out. Back in a bit. Gold Rush 23. Fill your holes, guys. We all hate doing it. It needs to be done. Back in a bit. Gold Rush 23. Howdy, hey. Welcome back. Well, it's the next morning. Yes, I did not clean it up last night. And go Hawks. First game of the season. But no, actually, in truth, what was funny is again, I wanted to make sure that low battery doesn't keep coming up, so I went ahead and took all the videos off of my camera and found out that a couple of them didn't come through because I accidentally switched it to photo. But you guys get the point, and you've seen it before. It was a great day. Might have pushed it a little too far, but the lower back is feeling a lot better. The problem is I ate dinner and sat in my recliner, and I fell asleep in my recliner, which messed up my upper neck. But it's feeling better. Okay, so we got my cons, and we'll go ahead and use the kitchen type strainer device and put the bigs, check those, and then I got the new container from my Emma Gemma, and I am going to be using a gold wheel. Some of you might be saying, well, why aren't you using a dream mat? I think there was so much cons last time that I fed the gold wheel too fast, possibly, or I didn't have it set properly, so I'm really going to take my time to make sure it's set right. And other than that, I think I got everything ready. Let's see if we got a nug. Back in a bit. Alrighty, I got it screened down. No nugs. But I did see a lot of garnets, so my Emma Gemma will have something to play with. But here's my cons. For 4 buckets, it actually, I still think I might have been running hot yesterday. I'm not sure. Sometimes when you're on that slope, it's hard to get just the right flow, and it was so milky, I couldn't really see the riffles. But let's fire this girl off. And we'll put 1 scoop in just to test. I'm actually just going to take the lights here just to make sure. I'm not going to put a lot in. I just want to see what it's doing. Maybe I do need some black sands because nothing's climbing. Okay, let's get a little better scoop in there. But here's some black sands. There's definitely some black sands in here. There we go. Oh yeah. Okay. So definitely that might be a little bit too much black sand going in there. So I'll make the adjustments. I want the black sand to stop about right in here. But right now you can see there's a large amount going in. And that's what happens when I had my gold room. I never had to pack it all back up and cover it and everything. I could just leave it. Now each time I start it up I have to adjust it, and I think that's where I went wrong last week, or the week before. Misadjusted and fed it too fast just out of impatience or excitement. But let me adjust that a little bit. We'll come back and see what I got afterwards. Back in a bit. Gold Rush 23. Go Hawks! Well, howdy hey. Alright. Well, I got everything ran and the gold wheel put back up. Remember, I set it very, very low because where I'm digging right now, the gold is everything from microdots to, you guessed it, I've got a NUG. Let me show you. Now that's sweet. So I wasn't expecting that because where I'm digging typically doesn't have that large a flake, but that's a nice one. So as you saw, a lot of black sand, and I will say that sand there isn't just black sand. That is the heaviest of the heaviest black sand. It's going to take me quite a bit to pull that back, but it's worth it if I can get every single NUG. That gets me excited. Back in a bit. Gold Rush 23. Well, howdy, hey. Okay, I got her all done. Not bad. Not bad at all. As you saw, I had to move a lot of rock to get it, but I definitely got a few NUGs in there. Let's get to it and let me show you. Very happy with that. Especially that large flake. That one NUG. Can't believe I said that large flake. That's a NUG. Alright, that's awesome. Okay, so another week done. In a few hours I'll be watching the Seahawks. And God, I'm still wearing my reading glasses. Wondering why you were blurry. Hey, I wanted to tell everybody thank you. I gained a few more subscribers. I love the comments. Hit that thumbs up button. It helps build my channel. Definitely leave me comments. I try to get to them when I can and everything. And it does look like we're not going to hit my 500 subscriber goal by the end of summer. But we'll see what we can do anyway. So, other than that, it was a great day. My back's still feeling better, so I didn't kill it. My neck's feeling a little bit better after falling asleep in the recliner. So, let me get this all snuffered up and into a vial. And I just wanted to hope everybody had a great weekend. Definitely enjoy whatever team you support. And like I said, hit that subscribe. But most of all, have a wonderful day and have an amazing week. Even if it's tough, you always got the weekends. If it wasn't for bad days, you wouldn't appreciate the good ones. And I just had a good day. Take care. Gold Rush 23.